Hello everyone, welcome. I just decided now to call my show New Beginnings because we're in a state of the start of new beginnings. So, the title of my show is New Beginnings, and I'm Karen. Welcome. I think you're feeling better. I'm feeling better. I feel lighter. I don't feel so much density and heaviness in the air. I'd like to talk about COVID-19. As long as our illnesses are with the COVID-19, if acquiring the pandemic, acquiring the condition, well, it's got to be at the bottom. The transmissions will be reduced. I want them reduced for an extended period of time, because I think we came away from doing the pandemic with 6 feet separated and masks and all. And we've been doing that. So I feel we could take our masks off, because the graph shows the amount of people getting the virus is low, and there aren't as many people dying. So at this time, if you're comfortable with it, or if you want to continue wearing your mask, that's okay. Especially if you're vaccinated, you should be all set with the 3 vaccinations. I trust in the vaccination. So I declare that we no longer need to wear masks. And that is the case all over planet Earth, all the countries. I think as long as you have had the COVID vaccine, then you're set. I think we're ready to take the masks off. Isn't that great? You don't have to have beer with a straw underneath your mask. Isn't that great? I don't think anyone did that, but it was one of my suggestions back when. You could fist bump just like this, or you could go like this. You could use your elbow, but I strongly would like you to stay away from handshaking like this. Okay? Fist bump, elbow, or just going like that is sufficient to share your love with one another. A friendship type of love. Expressing our love for another. This way, and this, and elbow. Tonight I was at dinner and I saw a family. I feel bad. And this is going to change. That there's a family of about 8 people. Kids, grandchildren, elderlies. And one of the women who sat with the family, I believe she was Hispanic. She looked Hispanic. But she wanted to be with her family, a white family. And next to her in a booth were her husband and her 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. The prejudice is terrible. The man who was in charge of the family said, I'm not paying for them. I don't know what food they're going to get, but I'm not paying for them. And the Hispanics had to accept it at this time. hopefully in the near future, they would see the goodness in each other, and that would be the most important thing they need to see, and not the color. It's the behavior, actions that cause the behavior. They were a nice family, and that man who's the father of the Hispanic children was very special. He didn't lash out, nothing like that. Accepted the punishment for being brown Hispanics. But I think as we move along, people from different countries and places will come together and be happy and help each other to live a happy life. I want to talk about the war between Russia and Ukraine. I'm very sad that it had to be. The Ukraine stands alone against a big country such as Russia. Ukrainians are doing a great job. They're doing great work. We don't know the facts about what is going on in the war at the front lines, but we have to let this play out. And Mr. Zelensky, he's the leader of Ukraine, is leading his people so that the Russians cannot go deep into territory and take over his country. I don't think President Putin ever thought he'd get such a resistance from the Ukrainian people. I don't think he expected that. And I had written to President Biden, and all I said to him, unite. It's time for unification. Unite. So, he did, and will continue to do so. People who are in NATO countries are standing by each other to protect each and every NATO country to be safe and not be invaded by Russia or any other country. So they're standing aside, letting Ukraine fight itself because it's not a part of NATO. It's a hard decision to do, hard decision to make. It's not stand there and say, hey, let's bring our troops in there and help them fight against Russia. No. Ukraine was not part of the NATO. So, good for you, President Biden. Good for you. I know how much you want to go in there without troops, but we're going to do what the UN tells us and what NATO tells us. And I think this war is going to end pretty soon. I don't think it's going to be much longer. And then other countries will see this war, and they too will join NATO and abide by the rules and regulations put forth by NATO. Remember, I still think President Trump is encouraged Mr. Putin to start a war. I guess Putin's army isn't as strong as we once thought it was. I know our country is powerful. We are safe in America. I feel very safe with President Biden at the helm, leading us to peace and leading us to one day we could say, a heaven on earth. That's my dream, creating a heaven on earth We don't have to change and grow to become gods. All we have to do is be us, be ourselves, so that all of us can live in peace and harmony, no matter what color, no matter what creed, no matter where you live. If we continue doing good things between each other, that would continue to weaken the evil. You know, Mr. Mitt Romney was on the news the other day. He was so happy, and he's the one who used the word good and evil. And he's so delighted that we're going up against evil. Is Mr. Putin evil? No, I don't think so. I don't think he wanted this war. I think Mr. Putin just wanted to show his power where there is no power at all. I think that hopefully in time Mr. Putin will no longer be the president of Russia. Maybe soon we could have a different government running, such as democracy, running, existing in Russia. So Mr. Romney was so happy, so happy with what is happening in today's world. Me and my friends, we begin a war against evil. We are going to take away evil here on planet Earth and throughout the galaxy. Remember it was said the New World Order? Well, I like to call it the New Age. It's not an order, it's an age, a way of being, a way of believing in yourself, being happy. That's the New Age. Taking away the evil from all of us, so we're not manipulated by evil, and we can stand up and fight the evil. And that will be the start, the beginning of a new age, peace on earth, a heaven on planet Earth. The universe heard our cries for help, and they heard us, and they have come to save us from evil. They are here, they are near, and they'll work through us to end all evil, so that Earth is a paradise, a place we could call home, and a place that will be a heaven on earth. Thank you. Amen. Blessings to all.